drive around and listen to your own tunes.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, it's priceless. It's just like, yeah. I don't know.
Now here's the
fun.
kicker right here.
Shadow.
Yeah.
Shadow. Yeah, Shadow's a special song. I enjoyed, the intro and outro from production-wise. The intro and outro.
Outro.
Yeah, an outro. The little clips in the beginning and the end.
The prelude and the postlude.
Yeah. Inspired by, Floyd and Wish You Were Here, unashamedly. But that was the intro. I didn't know about the outro.
Old-time radio sound.
Yeah, the old-time radio sound, Blind Lemon Jefferson, Pure Blues.
Good old vinyl.
Touch a rag in there, got the vinyl sound to it. But, it's... Yes, thank you, Kristen. And it's played on my great-great-granddaddy Calvin's guitar. He bought this guitar in 1920. And he was a rambler and a guitar picker and a fiddle player from what I understand, but I don't have his fiddle. But the intro and outro are both played on a 1910 Lyons and Healy Lakeside parlor guitar. And
it's gorgeous.
It is
Looking
gorgeous
at it right now, and that is one good looking.
I mean, it's been through the ringer, but what I really like about it is you can see the fingers on the fretboard and on the back of the neck where my great-great-granddaddy's
rested
hands
his hand, body.
Oh yeah, you can see where his hand
and where his elbow was up against.
Where his elbow was up
against the edge. There.
It's all there, dude. And,
right there.
And so it was cool to get that into the song. And I do that. It's just a really good way to bring out and emphasize the timeless truth of the song. And that is that if we all get our wish and we live a long and healthy life, statistically speaking, you are going to be by yourself. You may have to be around some people that care for you, but they're not going to be your family. They're not going to be friends. And so you better learn to love who you are and learn to love your own company early on, because it's coming. If you get your wish, it's coming. And this song was dedicated to a friend of mine that passed away recently, but loved him to death. He would come down the halls. His wheelchair was too small for him, and he's a long, lanky guy like me, and so he'd sit down real low in his chair, and his knees would always bump his chin, so I'd always call him Grasshopper. And he'd pull me aside in the hallway, and he would just look me dead in the eye, and he'd start spouting off poetry, line after line of Shakespeare or Dylan or Dickinson and Thoreau, and loved sitting down and speaking with this guy and philosophizing from time to time. But my friend really struggled at times. He would go through depression, and mainly because what I believed is he didn't like who he was deep down. He'd never come to terms that he was different, and it's like he always wanted to be somebody better than who he was. He was a beautiful person, but he couldn't see it. And so that's what this song is about, and it's partly for him, and it's a kind of song to myself as well. I can identify with my friend, and here at the nursing home, that's been probably the biggest thing that's happened in my life, is really learning to appreciate who I am as a person, because, man, I've left myself scratching my head a lot of times.
Well, this whole idea that you won't be free as long as you're running from your shadow. I had a dream like this.
Oh yeah,
a bunch of nightmares every night. Actually,
when was
for
this?
A couple of years, back in my 20s, and I one night I woke up right after the end of this dream, and what I had been running from and I couldn't get away from was myself.
Yeah.
And I never had that dream again.
Okay.
That was the end. That was, it was like a constant reminder, but we all got to learn.
One of the cool points of this album, like this whole idea, just like, you have the shadow, on the wall that is always there, and you have your dreams of running from who you really are, because everybody has probably a mask or a shadow that they're not looking at or not accepting or whatever. This album is very, very bold in that, you know, Bart, this is a true, you know, statement of like who you are, you know, and instead of like hiding from it, you know, I mean, like this might have been a tough time in your life, this might have been a rough road, but instead of like trying to cover it up with anything or deny it, you have made something gorgeous out of it, you know, outside of pop culture, outside of, you know, traditional album production. You have listened to that though.
That's perfect. Man, I get a smile every time I hear it. I always tell people, wait, you gotta listen.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? That's so cool. Good old Papa Calvin. Yeah,
but I mean, it's something that's very, very honest. It's an honest album, and it's groundbreaking, I would say.
Yeah, you know me, I'm going to say what I feel.
Yeah. And you don't
even if it
back.
gets me fired.
You don't hold
from
back
time
from
to
it.
time. Yeah.
From time to time.
Yeah, perfectly honest though.
Yeah.
This album is a good statement, I think. It's a really, really